Alright guys, so in today's video, this was an Instagram ad that I got sent to me probably 100 times. What it is a very unique knife sharpener. This one, the ad that I got sent to me said it was the brand was Tumbler. This one is Hurl or something. I saw like 4 or 5 different versions of this on Amazon, so I'm just assuming that they all just use the same manufacturer and just slap different brand names on it. This knife sharpener, they said that it could sharpen a butter knife to be shaving sharp, and that's what they showed in their ad. So we're obviously going to test that. But first, we're just obviously going to just simply test, does it work? Because that's the first thing we need to know before we try to sharpen a butter knife. Let's take a look at this thing. It's very different compared to any other knife sharpener that I've ever seen. So, from what I understand, this will be the knife that we're using. It's got this base that's a magnet, and you just stick your knife to it, and I guess make sure it's flat on the ground. And then you take this, and it's got like bearings in it for you to just roll back and forth, and you just butt it up against your knife. Oh, that's weird. And you just roll it back and forth, and then eventually it'll sharpen your knife. First of all, let's go ahead and see how sharp this knife is to start. We'll make it dull, and then we'll see if we can resharpen it. You guys already know the sharpness tester. You guys know how this works. Let's see where we're at to start. Oh, we're at a 385. Not that great, and this knife is like brand new right out of the box. So we're starting at 385. I have my professional grade knife dulling device. Let's do that. Oh, that noise. Okay. That's enough. That's like 400 years of abuse in 2 seconds. We might as well go ahead and see where we're at now. I can feel how rough it is. This is probably going to be like close to 1,000 if I had to guess. It might be over 1,000. Okay. 845. Very, very, very bad. So let's see if this thing can bring us back. See, there's one downside to this. You only get a 15 or a 20 degree option. I guess we'll go 20 degrees. I learned this the last time I went down the knife sharpening rabbit hole. You need to take a Sharpie and mark the edge so you can see where it's being sharpened and where it's not being sharpened. A lot of you guys told me that in the comments, even though a lot of you were very rude about it. I think 15 degrees is our winner. 15 degrees looks like it's where it's taking it off the edge. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to sit here and grind on this thing for a while, and we'll come back and see if it's sharp. Alright guys, so before we go any farther, this video is sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped has sent me their Performance Package 4.0, so let's see what's inside. So, first and foremost, you get the Lawnmower 4.0. This is a completely wireless trimmer. It's waterproof. It has skin-safe technology. It also has a little light, so it has that skin-safe technology where you're not going to cut and nick yourself. That's very nice. It comes with a wireless charger that is also a stand, so you can just put it on your sink. It comes with 2 different guards so that you can trim at 2 different lengths. It also comes with a bottle of ball deodorant and a bottle of ball toner. 2 things that are very nice. And if we just look under here, you get a free toiletry bag. And then now the focus of this, so now the star of the show, you get a pair of these anti-chafing boxer briefs, which they just released new designs of these, and now instead of just the black, you can get up to 6 different pairs. And you can, if you just want these by themselves, you can buy just 1 pair, or you can go all the way up to a 3-pack, so you can just pick 3 you like, get them all at once. So that's very nice. So if you are interested in any of this stuff or some of the other things that I think are essential, they also have a cologne that smells amazing. And they also have a nose and ear hair trimmer. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, you can click the link in the top of the description and you can use code TUBE and you will get 20% off plus free shipping. Alright, so I've been using this coarse side for quite a while now. I've done both sides. And I gotta say, actually, I kind of figured that, like, just because of the way this is, that maybe it might be a little bit, like, awkward or weird to use. But I actually kind of like it. It's very unique, and it's, like, actually pretty nice. You can just kind of, you know, work over here, or you can go down the whole blade if you want, or you can just kind of, you know, do pretty much whatever you want, and then it just kind of rolls itself for you. I really like this thing. And it also feels like it's working, because just by feeling the edge, I can tell you that there's already a pretty sharp edge forming from grinding it on the cinder block. I think this is actually going to do pretty good. I'm actually going to be kind of impressed. Because honestly, my hopes or my expectations weren't very high for this. So let's flip it over to not coarse. This is the coarse side. The more smooth side. I'm going to see if maybe it says like what grit each one is. Well, so far, I don't think it says what grit each side is. Half of this manual is in German, so whatever. I guess we'll just go coarse and fine is what we'll call it. So let's get to this. All right, so we've now done it on both sides. I think we're done with that. I can tell you right now, this is sharp. This is much sharper than what I thought it was going to be. I can just feel how grippy it is. We all know that no knife sharpening is complete without a little strop. So let's go ahead and do a little strop, and we'll test it. Alright, I think, oh, this is gonna be good. So we started off at what after the cinder block? Like I think 8:45. Let's see where we're at now. Now we're at 1:15. I mean, that 1:15 is razor blade territory. Like I would almost bet, yeah. Shave hair off your arm sharp. I didn't expect it to make it that sharp, especially after being ground on a cinder block. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with that. That's crazy. So now, I guess, we move to step 2, because we know now it can sharpen a knife. We gotta see if we can make a butter knife razor sharp. I think I'm gonna go 20 degrees. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Oh, this is gonna be, we're gonna be here for a while. Just doing this. Well, I mean, it's working. It's taking metal off. I'll see you guys in like 17 hours whenever I get this thing halfway ground down. All right, so I think I've got a little bit of a system down here, and I am excited to say that it is coming along pretty good. So I've clamped the thing down, and then I've been using this pen as like a spacer, so I can just kind of like put this here, and then it'll all stay in place while I do my thing. I've lost track of time. If I had to guess, I'd say probably close to 2 hours. But you can see there's one little piece, or at least hopefully you can see, there's one little piece of like the teeth that are left. Everything else is kind of pretty much gone. Both sides look pretty good. The edge is, it just looks a little wonky. I don't really know why. I'm assuming it's just because where I'm rolling this thing, which by the way, my hand is like cramping up from holding this for so long and just going like this over and over and over. It's a little bit tough over like a long period of time doing something like this to keep this completely straight back and forth and sometimes it gets a little like turned this way or that way, so like it kind of makes the end result look a little bit weird. I mean, it feels pretty sharp, and I feel like it's working. Let's go ahead and test how sharp it is. Really, anything under 1,000 or under 800, I'll be impressed with. I mean, 340, especially since we're still on the coarse side and we haven't even done the final touches. 340 is kind of a little bit crazy for a butter knife. We're definitely in the right direction, and this thing is definitely working. So I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm done with the coarse side. I'm going to go ahead and flip over to the other side, and then we'll see how sharp we can get this thing. All right. I think that I am just about as far as I can go, and I feel like my hand is starting to cramp up to a point where I don't think I can do anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and call that good. I'm actually, like I said before, this thing is actually really impressing me, and I wouldn't be surprised if this thing is legitimately close to razor sharp. So, gentle with that. Let's move that off to the side. We gotta give it a good strop. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I'm the one that did the sharpening, but I think this is going to be a really low number. Let's hope for less than 100. I mean, we got pretty close. 125? I don't even remember what the kitchen knife was, but it was like really close to that. Maybe it was like 115 or something. With this, we were able to get both things about equal sharpness. A kitchen knife and a butter knife. That's pretty impressive. I did not expect that. I guess the only thing left to do now is it shaving sharp? That is like actually super shaving sharp. That's crazy. So anyway, like I said, I honestly didn't believe that this thing was gonna really work at all to begin with, just because it's so just weird. Like, I just never saw anything like it in just rolling a knife sharpener. I just didn't think it was going to work. So I'm impressed that it works, for one, but for two, I'm also impressed that it actually does what they showed in the commercial, because that's so rare for something to actually perform the way that it's advertised. Very happy to see that. But you know what will make me even more happy? It can cut a water bottle in half. Because none of my knife tests are complete until they cut the water bottle in half. It's going to be a little bit tougher because this is the only plastic bottle that I have in my possession, and it's a little bit thicker than regular plastic. So I think if I can cut just the top off, I'm counting that as a win, because that's still very impressive. Oh. I got it like, what is that, like 90%? Okay. I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? And of course, just for fun, let's go for the rest of it. I don't think that really did anything, because the plastic is just so thick. I definitely did get water on the ceiling. I don't think it did anything. Okay, so the only cut we got was this. But this plastic is much thicker. I mean, I'm still impressed. So, I mean, I made it 95% of the way through. That is the tumbling knife sharpener. Works better than expected. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.